Hello, everyone. I'm Meg from Maison Jupiter and Beyond Mystic, and welcome to another edition of your weekly Beyond Astro forecast here on the Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel. Hope you're all doing very well out there. Let us know how you're doing in the comments below, if you're watching the replay or in the live chat, if you're watching live. Hello, everyone. Very nice to see you, and thank you so much for watching. I'm excited to share with you guys the astrology for this week because I think there's some really cool things going on. So we're going to get all into that. And before we do, just want to mention a couple things. First of all, and of course my phone is going off, so let me turn off my phone. Sorry, you guys. So first of all, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic 3 YouTube channel if you haven't already. I have been getting some messages lately that people are getting unsubscribed without pressing unsubscribe. So you guys know some of that might be going on, but I know a lot of you now have moved over to Rumble where we can express freely. So if you're on Rumble, we do have a Rumble channel, the Jean-Claude Beyond Mystic Rumble channel, and on YouTube as well, of course. So just make sure you're subscribed. And thank you so much for liking, sharing, and commenting on our content. It helps us to get all this magical information out there to everyone who wants to hear it. And also want to mention that I am offering personal astrology consultations at the moment, and those are available over at maisonjupiter.com. And I'm now booking into January, February, I think are my earliest availability for consultations at the moment. So that's a really good time, of course, with the Gregorian calendar New Year, if you want to have a New Year's reading, looking at your year ahead, or also, you know, if you want to gift somebody a reading for the holidays with Christmas and all that coming up. A astrology reading is a really nice gift to give during the season of giving, of course. And as always, we have all in one word, the discount code Beyond Mystic that you can use to get 10% off your next reading. So yeah, how is everyone doing out there? There is a lot going on, and I feel like we are in these times astrologically right now where there is so much going on every single week. I probably sound like total crazy person because I'm always saying this is such interesting, cool astrology, but it really is, you guys. We're in times where we are having once in a lifetime transits all happening at the same time. Ever since about 2019, 2020, and that's going to continue until around 2026. So lots of major conjunctions going on. We've got Pluto entering Aquarius soon in 2024. We're right at the end of Pluto in Capricorn, which we've had since 2008. So these are really once in a lifetime times that we're in. But for this week specifically, I want to talk about Saturn going direct, which I talked about a little bit last week, but I want to share some more about that this week with you guys. And also Venus entering her home sign of Libra, one of her home signs. That's happening this week. Actually, today, I believe that's happening today as I'm speaking right now on November 8th, as I'm recording this video. And then I also want to talk a little bit about the new moon in Scorpio, a very powerful new moon in Scorpio that we're going to be having on November 13th, which I am really excited about this new moon. I think this is a really amazing new moon that we're going to talk about. So I am going to share the chart for today, and we're still in Scorpio season. We've got Sun 16 degrees in Scorpio today as I'm filming this on November 8th. We've got Mars in one of his home signs of Scorpio conjunct the Sun. So we're having a Sun conjunct Mars right now, which we're going to be having for the next 2-ish weeks, I believe. And on November 17th, we're going to have a Sun-Mars Cazimi, Sun-Mars exact conjunction on November 17th. I'm going to talk about that more specifically in the next Beyond Astro. but really powerful stuff having the Sun in Scorpio conjunct Mars. So Scorpio and Scorpio season in general is very much about our passions, what's hidden, the hidden side of life, revealing. So in the collective, we've been in this period of a lot of things being revealed, specifically with Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, being in those last degrees of Capricorn the past couple of years. This is a great revealing Pluto of the Capricorn areas of life, these structures and systems of the world, the government, powerful people, so on and so forth, all those Capricorn themes. So we've been going through that in the current astrology, even when it's not Scorpio season, a great revealing of the hidden side of life in those structures and systems. But in Scorpio season, when the Sun is in Scorpio, and when Mars, the traditional ruler of Scorpio, before Pluto was discovered, Mars was the ruler of Scorpio, is in Scorpio, this is a powerful time of revelations in the collective, things being revealed in the collective, but also for ourselves personally. So I think this Scorpio season in this week is amazing to, whether it's you want to do some shadow work, whether you want to do some reflection, some kind of digging deep within yourself, being really honest with yourself and seeing if there's anything that would like to be revealed from your subconscious or your mind. Scorpio rules the inner depths of our mind and our soul. So I think it's a good week to take some time now that Saturn is also direct, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. Sun conjunct Mars now, we're in Scorpio season. We're coming off of the eclipses. We can really get some clarity about things in life that maybe were a little bit more confusing or illusory, in particularly because also we've had Saturn retrograde since June. And as I mentioned in the last Beyond Astro on November 4th, just a few days ago, Saturn stationed direct and started moving direct. So this is amazing because Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn and the sign Aquarius. And Saturn rules the systems of the world, structures, discipline, responsibility, our work, career, and success and accomplishment. So it's going to be a lot easier for us everyone to move ahead with any work goals, any career things that have been going on. If you've been noticing setbacks or difficulty in your work or career, it might have had a bit to do with Saturn being retrograde. So it depends on, for all of us personally, where that may have been hitting in your chart. But people who are Pisces, because Saturn is in Pisces, or one of the other water signs like Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, would have felt this retrograde really strongly, as well as Capricorns and Aquarius, because they're ruled by Saturn. So let us know in the comments if you've noticed the shift since November 4th, since Saturn is now moving direct and not retrograde, if you've noticed any shift, if you are a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Aquarius, or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and if you've really been feeling the Saturn retrograde. So yeah, it's really good for all of us, good for us to move ahead with our work, our goals, our discipline, our career, if we are working at the moment. But it is really important for us to keep in mind with Saturn in Pisces all the way until February 2026 of our physical, emotional, and mental health, as Pisces is the most sensitive sign in astrology, and Saturn is the most stable planet. So Saturn doesn't really like to be in Pisces, and this can cause really a mental health crisis. I'll just be honest with you guys, which I think we are in a bit of a mental health crisis, if you will, in the collective. So with Saturn being in Pisces and now in direct motion, this is good. It's no longer retrograde. It's easier for us to deal with, but just being mindful that Saturn doesn't really like to be in Pisces, and this affects our emotional and mental health pretty intensely, because we can be feeling more ungrounded. We can be more in fantasy. Pisces rules fantasy. We can have feel like we're not fully in our bodies, because Pisces rules the other side in the spirit world. not the physical body. So just making sure you're taking extra care of your physical, emotional, mental health. You're going to keep hearing me say that, you guys, the whole time Saturn is in Pisces. Doing earthing or grounding is really important right now for all of us, especially if we are someone that has a lot of Pisces in our chart or a lot of water in our chart. People that are naturally more sensitive, Piscean in nature. And it's important for us to be honest with ourselves while Saturn is in Pisces of any illusions that we may have been feeding or acting out, especially while Saturn was retrograde since June. And because Saturn is at 0 degrees of Pisces, this is a critical degree. 0 degrees, really, really interesting. And when something is at 0 degrees, it's the strongest expression of that sign. So Pisces in astrology rules spirituality, spiritual centers, sacred sites, the arts, film industry, music, healthcare, mental health, healing institutions, drugs, and alcohol. So I think these areas of life that Pisces rules, and Saturn is a critical degree in Pisces, from now all the way until November 27th, are going to be really, really highlighted in the collective and for us personally. And as Saturn rules laws and government, I think there may be new laws or regulations in those Pisces areas of life that are trying to be pushed forward. Maybe, kind of some authoritarian ones being tried to push forward. But the good news, you guys, is Saturn is weak in Pisces. Saturn is not strong in Pisces. And we've got Pluto entering Aquarius soon, which Aquarius rules freedom and rebellion and the collective consciousness rising. So I'm not concerned about any laws or regulations that may be put forward this month. They could even be, because we're dealing with Pisces, things that don't even actually go through, or things that don't even actually get signed, if that makes sense. So it's important for us to not freak out if we hear things like, oh, there's going to be this new law and it's about to get passed that can be a little bit more authoritarian in nature. Maybe it does get passed, but it's not going to last, and people are going to really, really push back. We know a lot of people are awake, and Saturn is weak in Pisces, so it's not going to work. Or there could be, maybe something doesn't necessarily get passed as a law or regulation, but there's a lot of fear and paranoia about that, because Pisces rules that as well. And so November 2023 is a powerful month for us to be honest and real with ourselves, with Saturn and Pisces, about the structures of our life and our responsibilities. And with it now moving direct, we can actually be able to move ahead and make changes easier for our highest good constructively. So yay, Saturn is direct. Happy Saturn direct, everyone. That's very good news. And we've also got, isn't this interesting, another planet today at 0 degrees. Venus today entered one of her home signs of Libra. So this is also really good at a critical degree. Venus is at home in Libra. So this is good for all of us, because Venus rules, our values, finances, money, the enjoyments of life, abundance, love, relationships. So this is very good for all of us in those areas of life. Particularly, this is good for people ruled by Venus in their astrology. So anyone who is a Libra or Taurus rising, or Libra or Taurus sun or moon, or has a lot of that influence in this chart, you're going to notice maybe a little bit of boost of energy, a boost of optimism, an energy shift with that. So really nice that we've got Venus in Libra. Very happy about that. And before I go further, getting into the new moon in Scorpio coming up, you guys, just want to mention that Janine, Julie, and JC did a really cool deep dive on the moon in this episode of Woo Investigations that they recorded live yesterday. And it's available on beyondmystic.net in the Insider Access Pass. So it's for free, a part of the Insider Access Pass for those members, and is also available as a pay-per-view video on beyondmystic.net. So definitely check that out, you guys, if you're interested in the moon, if you're interested in knowing what's going on with that. It was a really cool episode, and great job, JC, Janine, and Julie on that. And this is a new series, Woo Investigations, that's now going to be a part of the Insider Access Pass. So they're going to be doing regular new episodes of Woo Investigations on different things. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to be doing one on Tartaria soon. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so Saturn direct, we're still in Scorpio season. Venus is now in home sign of Libra. And what we've got coming up also this week is a new moon in Scorpio on November 13th. This is going to be Monday, November 13th. The exact time is going to be 4:27 a.m. Eastern time. So if you want to be aware of the exact time for you based on your location, you'll have to change that time zone based on 4:27 a.m. Eastern time. And I actually really like the chart for this new moon. Yes, we've got a Mars opposite Uranus, which is quite intense, I'll be honest, but there's a lot of things about this new moon that I'm really excited about and I think is really cool. So first of all, we're going to feel the energy of this new moon as we get into Friday, Saturday, 3 days before any new moon or full moon, and 3 days after any new moon or full moon. We're in a moon portal where we can feel the influence of that lunation. So we'll be feeling it strongly on Friday, the day after tomorrow that I'm filming this. And this new moon in Scorpio is happening at 20 degrees, which is a Scorpio degree in Nicholas Stojanovic's degree theory. So we've got Sun in Scorpio, Moon in Scorpio conjunct, which is when we have a new moon. They are at a Scorpio degree. 20 degrees and 8 degrees are the Scorpio degrees. And Mars, the traditional ruler of Scorpio, is in Scorpio right now, in his home sign of Scorpio, and conjunct the new moon and the sun. So this is like one of the most scorpionic new moons we've probably ever had in our lives. And this is extremely powerful stuff. Scorpio is the sign in astrology that rules power, empowerment, revealing the hidden side of life, sexuality, our passions, authenticity, things that are the real deal, and the shadow side of life as well. The moon is at fall position in Scorpio. So the moon doesn't really like to be in Scorpio, but it is a new moon. So it's a lot less intense than a full moon, because new moons are about new beginnings. It's the new cycle of the moon. So putting our intentions out there, a new start, new creative energy. I think, even though we've got Mars opposite Uranus, which I'm going to talk about in a sec, this is a fantastic new moon for putting out intentions. Yes, putting out intentions. Yes, manifestation work, but actually taking some sort of action. And why I'm saying that is because Mars in Scorpio conjunct the sun. Mars is the planet of action, and it's conjunct this new moon. So when you're setting a new intention, when you're meditating or you're reflecting or you're saying affirmations out loud, whatever practice you like to do, I would invite you to also maybe incorporate an action to that intention. So if your intention is, I want to work out every other day. That's my new moon intention. And you write that down and you light the candle and you say it out loud. Okay, that's great. That has meaning. You've just set that intention. But how about on the day of the new moon, you actually do that workout instead of going, next week I'm going to start it? In the present moment. Mars is very in the present moment and taking an action. Spirit just wants me to say this right now, you guys. If you set an intention and take an action on that intention on this new moon in Scorpio, it is not going to fail. okay? Unless it is super not in alignment for you to do whatever your intention is, it is not going to fail. This is an extremely powerful new moon. Take action, take action. I'm hearing Spirit say. And again, Scorpio rules transformation, moving past our barriers, moving past our fears, moving past our comfort levels. So even taking an action having to do with your intention that maybe might be a little bit uncomfortable, just to show yourself and to show out to the universe that you're ready to be in alignment with that intention or whatever manifestation it is that you're calling in. So I do have to mention, of course, that the Sun, Moon, Mars are all in a opposition to Uranus at 21 degrees of Taurus, the opposite sign to Scorpio. So this new moon is opposite Uranus and Mars is opposite Uranus. And Uranus is the planet in astrology. It's interesting because we've got Saturn in Pisces, as I was talking about before. Saturn does not like to be in Pisces. And we've got Uranus at fall in Taurus. Uranus does not like to be in Taurus. So we've got two of the outer planets in places that they really do not like to be in, which is interesting and is a part of that instability in the collective right now. Uranus and Taurus. Uranus and Taurus is Uranus is disruptions, shocks, surprises, and I'm using more of the shadow connotations because this is an opposition. This is not a positive aspect. This is a challenging aspect. An opposition between innovation, Uranus is innovation and freedom and the future, and Mars, conflict. In Scorpio, the dark side of life, the hidden side of life. So there could be something on this new moon or around this new moon that is a really shocking event, because Uranus rules shocks and surprises, a shocking event that could actually be some kind of earth event. I'm just going to be honest, you guys, because Uranus is in Taurus. Taurus rules Mother Earth, the earth, land. This could be, Uranus and Taurus in an opposition to Mars could be an earthquake. I don't want that. I'm just saying astrologically what this could be. It could be a really intense earthquake or volcano eruption, some kind of earth event around this new moon. There could also be, with Uranus opposite to Mars, a conflict somewhere that could be more of a protest, because we've got Uranus involved, which is like rebellion and protest, a protest or some cry or need for freedom. It's a tense aspect. So I'm hoping that this doesn't manifest as anything really intense in the collective. For all of us personally, it's us feeling that shift of moving past our barriers and our shadow side, Scorpio, stepping into our higher consciousness and our freedom, Uranus, to be able to manifest our intentions and to move forward into this age of Aquarius. So it could also be Mars opposite Uranus, technological disruptions. I think today I saw, this morning, there was like a power outage in Australia or something like that. If I saw that correctly, there could be more of that with this aspect. Not that I want that. I want to be clear. Not that I want that, just reading the astrology. There could very well be technological disruptions in the collective. Uranus rules our nervous system. So our nervous systems can be feeling a little bit funky around this new moon. Important to drink lots of water, stay grounded, just be mindful of your nervous system around this new moon. But yeah, it's not the worst aspect in the world. It's just a little bit of a conflicting energy that we've got going on. But we do have some really other nice aspects happening with this new moon. Mercury sextile Uranus, that's really nice. And Mars trine Neptune, which I'm going to talk about this Mars trine Neptune more specifically in the next Beyond Astro, because I think it's a really, really special aspect, because Mars is in his home sign of Scorpio, Neptune is in his home sign of Pisces, and they're in trine. So this is super powerful for all of us. I might go through all the 12 signs, what that means for everybody. So let me know in the comments if you'd like me to do that. But yeah, Mars trine Neptune. Neptune is the planet of spirituality, our spirit guides, and our higher self. So there is feels like divine intervention. That's what spirits wants me to say with this new moon. There is spiritual protection. There is high vibration we can tap into. This is an amazing new moon to meditate, to do any kind of spiritual work, manifestation, intention work. Just being mindful of inner and outer conflicts. And if they come, maybe shaking them off. That's one of my favorite practices to do, is shaking, putting on music and just letting my whole body shake. If I'm feeling any intensity in my nervous system or unrest or any anger, things, I just shake it off. Like to shake the body. So we've all got different practices to move past any conflicting energy, but it can even feel like Spirit wants me to say a little bit of a full moon energy, because Scorpio rules cleansing and detoxification. So even though it's a new moon of new beginnings, there is something big that we are letting go of that's holding us back from being in our freedom and our spiritual connection as well, with Neptune trine Mars. So really, really powerful stuff, you guys. Take action on this new moon. Don't just set an intention and put it out there and hope that it happens, which does work, but actually take an action as well. So very excited about this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And what am I going to do here? I'm going to pull some cards for the upcoming week. And I'm going to ask, first, actually, I'm going to do two pulls. First pull I'm going to do is just some general divine guidance from our spirit guides, universe for this week. What cards do we have? Card messages do we have for this week? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So the North Node card and the 11th house card, right away when I saw both of these two, I just felt like, I just heard in my intuition, we are on the right track. The North Node rules our collective purpose, what we're here to be in alignment with for our highest good. So when this comes through with the 11th house card, which is the house of Aquarius, the age of Aquarius community, I'm just really feeling like we are on the right track. And I'm hearing Spirit say that we are doing a really good job. And don't lose hope, because there's a lot of light and love and positivity and good times around the corner. Not to say that we can't have good times right now, but obviously there's a lot going on for a lot of us personally and collectively at the moment. But this makes me feel really, really positive. We are on the right track. And this is interesting too, because Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and Uranus is in that opposition to Mars in this new moon in Scorpio on November 13th. And part of that Uranus opposite Mars, it feels like we're breaking through inner conflicts. We're breaking through inner stagnation to be able to move ahead and be on the highest timeline available. So don't stop doing your inner work, you guys. And we are doing a very good job. That's the message that's coming through with that. And I'm also going to pull, how can we best navigate this upcoming week with the astrological energies? Oh, a card just fell out. A card just fell out, and now I don't see it. Oh, here it is. Okay, sorry, you guys. So we got the progressions card. Interesting. That reminds me of the other two cards as well. The North Node and the 11th house card. They kind of have a similar energy of moving ahead and the future, and just making me feel again that we're on the right path. how can we best navigate this week? Wow. Okay, so we've got Saturn card, and Granddaddy Saturn just went direct, as I was talking about. So how can we best navigate this week? Look at the structures in our life, maybe creating new structure or discipline or self-responsibility. Being real with ourselves. I'm hearing Spirit say how we can navigate this week is staying grounded. I'm actually hearing like the voice of Saturn, maybe the energy of Saturn. It's very heavy and it's a deep voice, and it's staying grounded, being in our bodies, being rooted, having some form of discipline, which I know I'm one to talk. I have a really challenging time, me personally, with discipline. So I'm one to say that to all of you guys. It's just a message coming through. But having discipline, being really rooted in a discipline, in being grounded, can help us navigate these energies, because it is a lot of transmutation. It is a lot of cleansing, with everything going on with Pluto being at the end of Capricorn, us being in a Scorpio season, this powerful new moon, as well as the Piscean influence of Saturn at a critical degree of Pisces, Neptune in the last degrees of Pisces. I'm just going to keep saying it over again. You guys might think I sound like a broken record. Stay grounded, and having some sort of discipline can help us. And also, whenever I ask how to navigate the energies, we always get one of the partnership cards or the relationship cards. So reaching out to friends, reaching out to loved ones, spending time with the people you love, healthy relationships, open conversations and dialogue, asking for help or support if you need it, is the message coming through right now for sure. So, okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Beyond Astro. And before I finish up here, just want to mention a couple things. So again, my more personal astrology consultations are available over at maisonjupiter.com if anybody's interested in having a personal reading with me. And also, Julie and I are currently doing an astrology foundations course over at beyondmystic.academy. And we're having so much fun doing it. We do the live classes on Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And it's really fun with everyone that's able to join live. But even if you're not able to join live, all of the classes, if you sign up for the course, are available for replay for yourself until the end of time. So go check that out over at beyondmystic.academy if you're interested in learning more about astrology and the foundations of Western astrology. And on Friday, our class is going to be all about Cancer, the sign of Cancer, and planetary positions in the sign of Cancer. So really excited for that, and love you, Julie. I'm very grateful and honored to do this course with you. It's really, really fun, and we're sharing so much information. It's a really in-depth course that we're passionate about putting out there to you guys. So, okay, we are at the end of this Beyond Astro. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. I love you all very, very much. Mwah. Wishing you the most magical week ever. Happy new moon in Scorpio. And don't just put those intentions out there, but take action as well. Love you all, and see you next week.